Hey there, Alan Matthews here. In this video, we are going to be looking at ascending slurs or hammer-ons. And so these happen a lot in music. A slur is where we can play multiple notes with the left hand while initiating fewer with the right hand. So you just play one note with the right hand and then can play multiple notes with the left hand. And so there are ways to go up and ways to go down. In this video, we're going to talk about ways to go up in pitch. And these are sometimes called hammer-ons because you hammer on the next finger. So in order to do these, we're going to talk about how, and then using these as an exercise because they are one of the best strength and agility, dexterity trainers you can do. It should be definitely a part of your basic guitar technique practice. So to begin with, one finger, you play one note, and then you take another finger and you bring it down right on the note, on the different note, without replaying it with the right hand. And with your left hand, when you're practicing this, with your right hand, you can practice this. Just use your thumb or one finger, whatever. Don't make it any more difficult than ask me. So you could do these with 1 and 2. You could do it with 2 and 3. You could do it with 3 and 4. You could do it with 1 and 3. You could do it with 2 and 4. And finally, 1 and 4. And so those are all the different possibilities, the different finger combinations you could do this with. As an exercise for your daily practice, then one of the things that you could do is this right here. So I'm just going to, by the way, you should always start with 3 and 4 because they're generally going to be the weakest. And so that way, if something happens and you don't do them all, then you get to those first. So start with your 3 and 4 every time. So just go up, and as you move up, then just keep the C shape in your hand. So you want to see a really nice C shape in your hand, and let your thumb slide as you need to, so that by the time you're at the bottom, then you're like this, basically the same position you are at the top of the guitar. Now, if you'll notice, the rhythm I'm playing with is very even, and that comes to the next thing, which is it might be your tendency to do this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Even Steven. Ba-dum, ba-dum, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and play them with the metronome. Because in music, this is how it's going to have to be. And slam it down like a ton of bricks on the second note. So that you're really building strength. You're building strength and you're building your ability to place the finger really well. So target practice is the other part. One more thing, when you're playing these bottom ones, right? Take a look at your pinky. Now, if you're just beginning and then just let it do whatever it has to do. But it doesn't have to be this. Watch this. To where there's this big motion stuff going around. Ideally, eventually, it'll just be to where the pinky just floats right above the strings, and it doesn't matter what you're doing. Of course, with certain ones, it's gonna do what it does, but try to keep it basically under control. Play right behind the frets. You don't have to do it here at the middle of the neck. You could do it down here. It's more of a stretch, or you could do it up here. It's less of a stretch. It's a different thing. Try to do it above the 12th fret, and things get pretty waxy. But right in the middle of the fret is oftentimes a really nice position for most people to start because the frets aren't too far away, and the arm's in a comfortable position there. It's also just nice to practice playing in the middle of the neck if you're not doing a lot of that. If you're a beginner and you're mainly working down here, well, it's nice to just spend some time up here. All right, so these are hammer-ons. Super good. They're like peas and carrots for your fingers. So enjoy those, and I'll see you in the near future. Bye-bye.